Underway. Last match of the day on the B stream. Oxygen versus Team Secret. Best of 7. One will put themselves in a position to qualify tomorrow. The other one will be fighting for their lives. Let's get into it.
Here we go. Manfield night as always for game number 1 between the Europeans and South America. Can Oxygen keep their run going? Or do they finally hit a snag here against Team Secret? Important kickoff to start things off. It will be Archie at the back, circling around. That boost, of course, not there for him at the early going. It goes deep into the corner for KV1, and he's got all day to play this from the back line. Ixo managed to grab that boost, though. Joria's shot saved by Knight. Sad waiting to challenge Jorius. It is KV1 and Sad that combine to clear this out. And now Sad running forward, but nobody there in time. Jorius bails him out.
I mean, you saw that from Sad. Wanted to run interference. Ixo now on top of the ball, though. This one already started off high flying. Bump on the play, but Knight was able to make contact. And now it's Jorius who tries to pick this one up, searching for a double. Won't be able to pick that one up. Already, Oxygen flying full cylinders. 3 shots from them in the first minute.
Sad indirect around Ixo, but he got snagged up there. Ixo got a piece of him. Now this goes parallel over to the side, and Ixo will have it as he's very quickly back. RG taking advantage of a miss from Team Secret, but he could not put that on net. Now it's blocked out by Sad. Follow-up from Ixo. Knight avoids contact and makes the save. Excellent concentration as Sad will have to bounce it away and follow it up himself.
Couple of demos on the play, but still 0-0. Oxygen bearing down early. Top corner shot from Ixo. It goes in, and Oxygen get on the board.
You know, it's all well and good to want to be very physical and try to bully your opponent, but at some point you actually do have to touch the ball, and we've seen a couple of times now Secret have had a guy run downfield, ignore the ball, but there's nobody behind him to actually follow that up.
You have to be able to get those follow-ups, otherwise you end up losing pressure. Here's Sad trying to start things off here from Team Secret, seeing if they can build. That's their first shot of the game. And now they'll have to end up playing things off the back end. KV1 picking up a demo again, keeping eyes out for him, and he's leading on the field, but it's an open lane and an open net for Archie, who will continue to extend Oxygen's lead.
This could get out of hand real quick. Again, Team Secret letting the defense in behind them. And it's not like they even have anything set up offensively either. I mean, Oxygen are just kind of taking whatever they're given, and they've been given the moon and the stars at the moment. Here goes Sad, beaten to the side wall, so Knight's got to scramble back. He's got a full tank of boost to work with. What can he do with it? Just play it right at Jorius. Now here's Ixo. That goes around the side, and Jorius has it. Just fell right to him. This is a loose ball, and the demolition takes out Archie, and a chance for KV1 to get downfield. He let it get away from him. Ixo takes it away. There's Jorius looking for more, and Sad with the stop, but more saves required out of Team Secret. This is not sustainable if they're gonna make this a series.
Here's a turn, Knight, light touch there, keeping control. Want to get that ball close. Sad, not necessarily the best first touch, and Jorius will grab that ball. Team Secret need to watch out for Oxygen in the air, because so far they haven't necessarily been able to catch up with them when it comes to the ball. Demo on the back end. Jorius tries to get there first. Good block out from KV1. Archie, that's gonna go off the back wall. Ixo tried it, but Sad used all his boost to make sure that one was not going to go in the back of the net.
Jorius now looking to kind of out-finesse Team Secret. Not many teams are gonna do that. Knight now to the side. So they've got to just put their nose down and just go after him at some point. Knight will do exactly that, waiting for this ball to come down. He'll play it around the boards, could not win the 50 against Archie. Now it's KV1, he's got to create and can't. This ball just keeps getting repelled back to the corner whence it came. Now Archie will bring it across. It's dangerous under most circumstances, and it may be here. That joint downfield forces Sad into action, and KV1, all he can do is grab boost on the way back and play more defense as here comes Oxygen.
Now KV1, blast back here, but good control. Sad with that quick follow-up, and this kind of been the name of the game. Just getting that ball in control there in the midfield, making sure that you can win those 50s and continue to keep the pressure up. Double there on the play, but not enough there for Jorius, who was off target. And Oxygen still remain in a 2-goal lead. This has been really tough on the side of Team Secret. They've only got 2 shots this game. We're approaching the final minute. They got to get more time up out in front. But it just seems like it's so hard. Every time they push it in the midfield, Oxygen just show up and threaten the net.
KV1 trying to get a little cheeky touch to get around there. And instead, the Sad gets knocked to the backboard. Knight, 1v1 against Jorius. Good luck. Not many in this tournament are winning that. Ixo across. Jorius is there. And it's brought right back in. Opening perhaps for KV1. Numbers kind of bunched up for Oxygen. We dip down to 40 seconds. Ixo couldn't get out to this in time. It goes all the way across, but it just develops way too slowly. Oxygen are all over it. Archie puts the brakes on, and that actually pitches downfield. Jorius in a real tough spot, plays it out to the corner. Chance at least for Team Secret to get 1 on the board, but nobody diving forward. So even though that ball got down, they're just a little too hesitant for their own good. And now the final 15 seconds are gonna burn away, and Secret are gonna run out of time to generate the opportunities they need. Final countdown now of game 1. Oxygen Esports have been absolutely dominant. They take what they are given, and they're given a 1-0 lead to start things off.
And you start to question things inside of Team Secret. 30 seconds left, ball goes off the back wall, no one goes for it. You don't have much to lose in that particular situation. You might as well send someone forward, try to test Oxygen. And Oxygen have not been tested yet so far this game. They know that, they got a lot of freedom, and they utilized it very well to take game 1.
11-3, the shots advantage for Oxygen in that game. 5 of them coming from Ixo with a goal to show for his efforts. Archie had the other. As we look back at the Mobile One High Performance replay, or should I say the post-game replay presented by Oxygen Esports, because it is all OXG. That redirect from Archie kind of felt like the exclamation point on that game very, very early on. It just, Secret never recovered. They had really one good look at the Oxygen net. It went by the wayside, and after that, they just wanted to make sure they didn't lose 3-0.
That's true. I mean, even seeing exactly what Oxygen did there, you got to think, it really just comes down to like a speed test, because in the midfield, there was, again, a lot of pressure from Oxygen, and Team Secret really had a tough time being able to manage that. Not only that, I mean, even looking at the stat line, seeing how many saves he had, 8 saves that game, and only 3 or 4 shots. It just was so very one-sided possession-wise that when it comes down to game 2, they have to change up their approach. Here we go, Forbidden Temple on the screen. Game 2, what we have?
11-3 is not sustainable in any platform. As Sad will try and get this out, Ixo will delay them. We're underway at Forbidden Temple for game 2, a game that mentally has to be so much different from Team Secret. Otherwise, they're going to be floundering around for a while in this series. Good demo, good bump, but KV1 couldn't do anything with that ball. Another missed opportunity for Secret. And here comes OXG. That shot's going to be well wide, and KV1 got a piece of the follow-up from Archie.
I think Archie was looking for Ixo on that play, but Ixo ended up getting bumped. And now, Ixo now taking this one from his own sidewall. Plays it down. That has 0 boost, and I think Secret started to recognize that, even though Knight was looking for Sad. Jorius ends up picking up the ball. Great interception, but the pinch is not in favor of Ixo. Very ambitious. Just, again, these light touches, some of these challenges not necessarily working out here in the favor of Team Secret. Even with that pitch, they weren't able to necessarily get any consistent offensive pressure from it.
Sad just gave that ball to Ixo, and they're a little lucky that there wasn't a 120-kilometer shot coming right at them. KV1 down to ground, and they just flip-flop around, and it's going to be Sad, nudged out of the way by Archie. Jorius will collect, but it's taken away by Sad, dangerously close. And Knight gets the first goal for Team Secret.
And we're starting to see Team Secret get things on the board here. You gotta love this. Knight tracked that one all the way down, made sure to finish the job, and Secret get on the board.
Oxygen collectively is not just head and shoulders better than Team Secret, and Secret needs to realize that they can make some challenges. They can be aggressive and not worry about getting burned, but of course, there is a delicate balance there. Demolition around the play is going to be Jorius bringing it back in. Ixo waiting, he's leaping, and it's denied away by Sad. Now Knight working around Archie. KV1 got bumped by Archie, so Sad's got to scramble back. As Team Secret, as defensive as they've tried to be after giving up that second goal last game, I wonder if they drop into the shell and maybe to their own detriment don't push forward as much now with the early lead.
You'll think they'll start to get more defensive.
Yeah.
I don't think that they'll end up doing that. I mean, I feel like they have to continue to build on this pace. It's what led them into this position. We saw what happened when they were on the back end in game number 1. Again, Oxygen continued to get that control. They got 2 goals out of that. I think right now Secret are in a good spot, forcing Oxygen back and having to play upfield. They just have to manage their rotations here. Look at this, free ball from Archie. You don't want to do that. That could set things up, and it was dangerous, but Sad got there to clear it away.
Already as many shots for Team Secret this game as they had in the last. Still being outshot 3-4, make it 3-5 with that effort. Jory is with 3 out of those 5 shots. Sad is blocked by Ixo, and the booming ball downfield. Nobody there in particular, Daz, as we're seeing Oxygen starting to just kind of play into space.
Oh, danger there. I mean, the biggest thing, though, is even when Sad brought the ball upfield, KV1 and Knight, they were behind the midfield line. This time, Knight playing it close, and it pays off big time. He'll pick up his 2nd goal. Secret up 2-0.
Hey, take note, rest of the world. It's amazing what happens when somebody happens to be there for a rebound opportunity. The ball poked away. Knight is right there on the doorstep, and that slow play from KV1 sets up Team Secret's 2nd goal. This was the scoreline in game 1 for Oxygen. Team Secret giving them a dose of their own medicine. But here goes Archie again. That's blocked out by KV1. He gets the save. Sad nudged from behind by Archie, but still made a touch, and it allowed Knight to get the clearance. Sad with a full tank of boost. He jumped in and wisely peeled off at the last second so KV1 could get it.
This is really interesting, though, because on the side of Oxygen, it just feels like they've been focusing more on the solo plays. That time they connect on a pass, but I've noticed that Archie or Jorius, they'll bring the ball up by themselves most of the time and then try to play rebound opportunities. Here's Archie in the air right now, has Jorius there on the wing. Jorius gets up, shot, oh, just off the crossbar. Almost a good chance for Oxygen. They need more work, though, and they need to be a little bit more accurate. Time ticking down as we approach the final minute.
A little chaotic on the orange half, but again, they weather the storm. Now, Ixo around a couple. They'll try and race back to get back in position. It's still available. Kind of saw SSG score a goal like that in the previous series. This goes off the ceiling. Nobody home as it's bombed downfield with 50 seconds remaining. Ixo got a lot of work to do here. He'll start from almost his own back line, intercepted by Sad. Jorius got tangled up, and that little hesitation allowed Knight to get up and challenge.
I mean, but you're looking at Oxygen on the ball. A lot of first touches. Team Secret recognize, okay, you're going to go into the air. We're going to instantly challenge you because we don't want you to get any control to try to set up a flip reset or play around us. Flip reset on that play from Knight as he picks up another shot. That's going to be his 4th of the game. And still, 2-0 as the final 20 seconds tick down. Team Secret showing no signs of letting this game go.
Oh, Knight with a great aggressive cut there to jump in front of the path. And that's the difference between games 1 and 2. That challenge as well into the open net. Team Secret answers back with authority.
Wow, look at that. KV1 takes that one away from Archie. Great awareness and read on the play. And the tables starting to turn here in this series. We started off with a 2-0 on the side of Oxygen. This one 3-0 as Team Secret equalized the score.
One good shutout deserves another. And a little bit of relief on the faces of Team Secret. A little more confidence building as well.
Yeah, I saw that there from Sad. We'll end up seeing exactly how Team Secret continue to play here in this one. I mean, very well done, though. I mean, we talked about Sad defensively going into this one, but instead, he's kind of been taking a different approach. Has an assist, 1 shot, 1 save, 1 demo. It feels like most of this is really on the side of Knight. He stepped up big time in this game. Offensively, defensively, just all over the pitch. It was almost like having a second KV1 out there.
Yeah, nobody getting back for the second chance opportunity as well. There's a great pickup by KV1 to set things up, and then he delivers the dagger in game number 2. That ties up this series through Forbidden Temple. And of course, we get ready for the all-familiar backdrop of DFH Stadium to break this 1-1 tie between Oxygen and Team Secret, with these teams trying to break their 1-1 record in their favor. Again, the winner will be 1 series away from joining the main event next week, and the loser will wonder what might have been, and they won't have much time to think about it with the earlier start tomorrow, having to win twice if they want to realize their dream of playing in the World Championship proper. Here we go with game number 3.
EFH Stadium in the background. And Secret already off to a hot start. Great demo there on the side of Knight, but not able to necessarily build on that. Jorius will pick up one as well. Very aggressive as it's a touch game. Archie with control. KV1 says, get out of here. Gets a bump on him, playing this one off to the side. Sad with a little fake challenge there, and Ixo plays this one straight in Knight. Maybe it feels like Secret now trying to pull Oxygen out, but giving them that space in your offensive box could be a dangerous play.
Yeah, a lot of people will probably credit Furia last season with kind of the big push for South American teams, but I think everybody's eyes were really opened by the play of both Team Secret and Crew, and to a bit of a lesser extent, oddly enough, NIP with their strong performances. I think it was really Team Secret in Rotterdam that got people buzzing about this region again, because there were a lot of questions. How is this region going to perform when Jan and those guys are out? Is it the right move and all of that? There is another group of stars ready to step up and replace them, and there might be more ready to replace these guys if they ever bounce as well. That shot going harmlessly across the face of goal, and now Archie back the other way, right at KV1, as Team Secret look to strike first again.
I mean, you're absolutely right, though. Furia opened the door, and these guys ran right through, and they have been running wild ever since. But so have Oxygen on the side of Europe when they've been able to really kind of link up together. They haven't necessarily found the perfect form yet as a team, but they look very competitive with Ixo here, sitting next to Archie and Jorius. So far, though, deadlock in game 3 as Oxygen have cleaned things up. The rotation's been great. Even when Team Secret have been a little bit more on the defensive end, Oxygen already at 5 demos this game and a couple of shots, and also have not allowed a shot from Secret yet.
Yeah, they've had a lot of possession, have Oxygen. They're starting to take this game by force, but still yet to put one into the Secret net. Now Ixo doing all he can to slow down Team Secret. Brought back forward, Ixo's there, and KV1 recognizes that, cuts the play out immediately. In the way of Jorius as well, as Knight, indirect intended for KV1, who no longer exists. Now he's back and immediately has to defend against Jorius, which he does. Drop down to Knight, and he just got a touch ahead of Archie.
That one off the corner. KV1 lifting almost the entire Oxygen squad. It'll be Knight here. Flick over Archie. Archie, though, not going past him without him getting some type of contact. Messed up Knight there. Just, again, anything that can cause a little disruption makes a big difference on this field as Knight tries to see if he can get that one through. Ixo will be credited with the save. Oxygen trying to find some room to breathe.
Knight, the ultimate opportunist in this series, almost got another one. And that boost belongs to Sad. It's Knight's ball, however, and he'll watch the rest of his possessions dwindle away. Archie couldn't get the shot he needed there. And it's Ixo around the boards, 2 in net, so go out to Archie, and then Ixo got in the way. Knight's gonna peel off for the boost for a moment, and he's got possession as well. Big opportunity for Secret. Knock Jorius out of the way, off the corner here. What can Sad do? He let it get away from him a little bit, and Ixo pounces.
Free ball for Archie. Wants to send that one all the way across as well. No real continued possession here, as Oxygen were playing catch up there. And Team Secret, though, not able to hold on to things as well. A lot of trades here, and it really does come down to rotation at this point. Oxygen trying to get a little bit more physical towards the end of this game, but Team Secret have definitely stepped up and gotten some bumps on their own end. Physicality has not been enough here. You need a little bit more. It has to be whoever has the full, complete team who can get the follow-up as KV1 lines up the double. Not going to be on target. Knight wraps around the ball to see if he can force an error, and instead Archie keeps it close.
Here comes Oxygen, though. Oh, you can see, I mean, missing demos by the narrowest of margins. They still have quite a few, 6 now in total. 11 between the two squads, though. It has been a physical, make it 12 now. They're even 6 apiece, as the teams have been after each other's throats, but nobody has broken through just yet. Final 13 seconds, KV1 denied. Oxygen got a breakout, and they do. Final 8 seconds. Archie blocked by Sad. KV1 looking for boost that's not there. Final seconds burn away, and this ball will touch down for overtime. Scoreless at DFH.
Scoreless, 10 shots between the two teams. 6 from Oxygen, 4 from Secret. Even with that, even with what we've seen in the air, it just has not been enough. EXO trying to find the finish, but Team Secret come together. Now KV1 trying to get some control past Archie, but Archie there with the block here. And we continue on. Demo on the play to set up a lane. EXO, great touch to deny. Team Secret want to keep this possession. EXO may have given it to him with that whiff. Jory is trying to make up for the mistake. Archie gets a clear under pressure, but can they get it past the midfield spot? Secret fighting for that ball.
It would have been so important for Knight to get a boost steal or something coming out of there so they could play the ball back downfield to him. Instead, he came up completely empty, so he had to retreat, and this allows Oxygen back on the attack. Dorius looking to set up a fatal shot. He's to the ceiling, got his flip. Will he use it? Never. And Sad now will bring it across. Oxygen missed a great opportunity there. What can KV1 do about it? He's got the flip reset, and Jorius will play it away with Ixo waiting underneath.
Keep an eye on the boost totals. Everybody's going into the air, trying to see if they can pull out too. It's coming down to the micro. Rotations have been solid, so it does come down to who makes the small mistakes. Not too many big ones will be let go here in this series.
Can't just assume what the offense is doing. You've got to jump in.
Demo the play.
Demo in the net by Jorius, but Ixo got hung up in the corner. Here goes KV1, and Jorius is right there with Archie. Oh, that's a decent touch, though. Unfortunately, KV1 had to go all the way back. He was low on boost. Got to avoid Ixo here. Instead goes right through him, but it's Jorius with the ball. Nobody actually went out after it. They were content to let Jorius dribble in. So they play with fire. They don't get burned. KV1 right down the middle, and Ixo's got it this time.
Good testing ball from KV1. Has to force Ixo to use the boost. Ixo's at 0 now in the midfield. Gonna take him a while to get back. Archie's clear will buy him some time, and you see he gets boosted up there, but no possession on the side of Team Secret, Oxygen. Secret have the ball here, and they bring that one back to the midfield line, but here's Archie, again, in the air. We're seeing it time and time again. They bring the ball up, they try to see if they can knock it down, and Ixo does! 2 minutes, 14 seconds in overtime, and Oxygen close it out.
Look at Pixo. Oh my, what a shot. Under pressure in overtime, and Ixo lands his second goal of the series. Oxygen lands its second win in the series.
And that one was a tight game. You can kind of almost see just everybody taking a breath after that one. At least KV1 did, just knowing how locked in you have to be in that particular matchup. If someone, or if everyone on the side of Oxygen is picking up the ball and going right into the air, trying to play it off someone's back wall, getting at least past one, and then you have to take that, try to do the same thing on the other side of the field. It's just been so tough, and it has been so physical. I'm telling you, to keep looking at the demo, almost everybody got 3. Ixo couldn't get 3, so Jordan said he'd get an extra one for him. What is going on?
9 demos apiece, and just the 1 goal. It was ugly, it was ferocious, it was hard fought, it was Oxygen 1-0 over Team Secret after all of that chaos.
All that for a goal.
I know, all that. 14 shots between them, that's the fewest shots between the two teams so far in a game this series. By the way, the game went a couple extra minutes with the overtime. So we're set now, Daz, to go to Utopia for Game 4. Oxygen halfway home now. They're up 2-1 in this series. So how does Team Secret bounce back after that physicality didn't work out for them?
I mean, it's really tough because it's a close game. Secret had plenty of opportunities, but of course, sometimes their second, third man were just not necessarily in the play, or maybe even then, demos would come through and it would slow down the offense. This, though, for Oxygen was much better than Game 2 when they got shut out. They finally seem to adapt it to how Team Secret are playing and are playing at that level. This game could go either way. We saw it the last one. No one scored in regulation. Had to go 2 minutes in overtime for something to finally give. But will Secret rise to the task and equalize the series once again? We'll have to find out.
An Oxygen team that, again, has been overcoming adversity for a while at this point. As we look in over at the other stream, G2 up 3-0 on Complexity. Granted, 3-0 hasn't meant anything today. As this goes downfield, nobody's going to catch it, and Sad gets the opening goal for Team Secret in Game 4.
EXO brings this one on the wall, and Sad says, thank you. Roasting that all the way downfield. No one home from Oxygen, and they got some work to do. Team Secret in this position, they're going to hold on and fight desperately to keep this lead. We saw what happened last game. These two teams can play and run the clock completely out. It's going to be up to Oxygen to force the issue.
Could watch these two teams play a game for an hour. Not that that's an invitation or anything, as Knight will have his shot blocked away by Jorius. And now Oxygen tasked with finding a way back here in this game. Still only down to 1 goal, but that shot from Knight is dangerous. Jorius has to deal with it. He had KV1 trying to run interference in the air. Got a piece of that ball as well, so Jorius and Ixo have to clear it downfield. That means somebody's got to take charge and then figure out where they're going to disperse to. Secret dumping it back in. KV1 just a little bit faster, and Secret doubles the lead.
And sometimes that's all you have to do is just be a little bit faster. Great initial challenge, sets up a lane. Jorius had a tough time reacting, but KV1 used everything he had left in the tank to get there first.
3:40 remains. It's still a lot of Rocket League to play, but Oxygen looking way up now at Team Secret. That ricochets across the field, and Ixo thought about it. Instead, Knight had the better read. It's still available, and Archie does a great job staying with that play.
That was great. I mean, for Archie to be able to not only have that 50, but still keep the ball on his nose and follow it all the way down, I mean, fantastic, because the other team has to send someone else to force a 50. Oh, Jorius! He gets a lane, and he lets them pay for it.
Yeah, after Archie gets this touch right there to set up Jorius. Oh, that is pretty. Little drop off to him. Nobody from Secret expected that, and they were not in position for it. Oxygen back on the board, back within 1. So now the pressure shifts back to Team Secret. Can you slow him down after that? Archie's shot, playing with a lot of confidence, but it was blocked out in front. Nobody's back. This time, KV1 will take it home, and Secret's back up by 2.
And just when Oxygen thought they had something going, Jorius, that is crazy confidence to go up for that. Sad's on the back, there's a sidewall. He has that all day long. I guess Jorius may have thought somebody was behind him trying to force the issue or something, because I don't understand why you go for that challenge. Now, down by 2 with only 1 shot to their name. Oxygen have some work to do. Can Ixo get this within 1? Tries to set up Archie, but KV1's there to get in the way.
Yeah, that's a great job getting up over the ball as well. That kind of makes you immune to the air dribble bump because you know they're coming in low. This bounces hard off the corner, and Sad will put it home. Oh, it is an absolute mess right now defensively for Oxygen. Ixo absolutely has to hate these walls right now.
Yeah, that's rough. That one is just, but from inside of Team Secret, you'll take those every single time you get it. They're shooting 4 for 5 right now. Any chance they get, they've been able to put it in the back of the net.
Oh, that one given away to Archie, and Oxygen still alive here in Game 4.
So it's the fight. We might have a shootout here as this showdown continues between these two. Archie picks that one up. I was talking about Secret going shooting 4 for 5, and Oxygen are 2 for 3.
Snasky in a familiar position, watching his team down a few goals as a player. He certainly has some insight on how to bring his team back. See if they listen as Jorius will bring it to the ceiling. KV1 there to meet him. Now Archie, indirect, looking for a teammate, but it's Knight instead. He's got a second, maybe a third touch, but Archie's in the way. And Oxygen's comeback charge might begin here if they can get one more body forward, and they can't. Sad is there instead.
They got to be careful. Secret can kill a lot of time on the clock when they have that ball, especially when they are able to get so much space in the air. Archie with space, over 1. Can he get it past 2? Set down to Ixo. Shots blocked out by Sad. Will not be able to get a follow-up as it sits on the corner. Jorius wants to keep this in play, but Oxygen still struggling to create. They're down by 2 with 1:45 to go, as again, tooth and nail are they battling against Team Secret.
Not much boost as a team, as that bump not going to help, but it actually does send Sad in the right direction. He's the one who has boost, so he can follow the counterattack. That's a big break for Team Secret as they hold a 2-goal lead. KV1 stops Archie. Here's Ixo.
Archie.
for Archie. He's up, and the shot off the crossbar. Oh, that would have turned this game around for sure. Instead, it's still a 2-goal lead, and maybe about to expand with Knight lurking.
Oh man, Archie wanted that one so bad, but KV1 had it red. It's up to Team Secret. What's that awareness look like in the last minute? We got 2 in the air here. Archie trying to give it to Ixo. Ixo puts it mid. Knight able to cut it out. Jorius didn't go too far afield, and now he gets a very free ball. What's he gonna do with all this time? Puts this one into the air. KV1 will play the 50, pitches midfield, and Archie's able to keep the play alive. Ixo tries to put a shot on, but KV1 with the block. Once again, Secret not allowing anything here for free for Oxygen, and Oxygen in a tough spot. Gotta get things going. Almost 30 seconds remaining in game 4.
KV1 waiting to see what Jorius has up his sleeve. Absolutely nothing. KV1 will send it away. Ixo thought about going up the side wall, and he may be traumatized. He had to turn around, and now Knight to the ceiling. Could not get back down on top of it. Ixo has Archie going downfield, but he needed a different teammate. Now Sad, after the demo on Knight. He's not available, doesn't matter. It is Archie now with 7 seconds. Gotta get one right here to give themselves a shot at a kickoff goal. They will not. Team Secret roars back, and we've got a best of 3 to go to 2-1.
We got a guaranteed game 6. That here is for sure. Team Secret battle back again. Series tied again, as no one has been able to establish a strong foothold here in this series. This matchup has been very entertaining, especially when you consider all of the individual mechanics here on both sides. It's been a showdown for sure.
7 shots that game for Oxygen consistently now from game 1 to game 4. Oxygen shots on target have gone down. 11 in the first game, then 10, 9 in that overtime game, and now just 7 here. They're equal, 7 apiece between Oxygen and Team Secret. You can tell Secret have adjusted to the threats that Oxygen present, and they're not letting Oxygen run free onto their half of the field, and they're not letting them get those big clears downfield over the top of them, and that's the big reason Oxygen have been kind of kept off the scoreboard. They have to adjust things. By the way, both teams still have their timeout in their pocket.
Yeah, and you got to think all of Oxygen's goals there were assisted. Everybody having to get involved, and you can see it right there. G2 Esports are going to qualify for the main event. They take down Complexity in a sweep.
And you wonder if Complexity would be waiting for one of these squads when they go to 2-1, waiting tomorrow for another shot at the main event. That will be determined much, much later as we carry on here. This is, of course, the last match being played now, with that one going final. KV1, blocked by Archie. Jorius is there. Oxygen trying to work more as a team, getting out of their zone. That's going to be their ticket to getting more shots and more quality opportunities.
Oh, look at Jorius. Wow, what an initial first touch. And he's able to get this to Ixo. All of a sudden, Oxygen almost were able to turn that play on its head. It was Secret who had started the charge, but Oxygen trying to flip things around. And seeing Jorius play like that is not a good sign if you're Team Secret. He's starting to really level up as the series moves into dangerous territory.
Ixo has had some defensive woes so far in this series. You'd love to see him get going if you're an Oxygen fan. Team Secret content to maybe challenge him over and over again, and maybe even let him get inside his own head. He brings us to the wall. Second touch brings it across. Archie's over there, and he'll be afforded the opportunity to touch, but instead let it go over. Now Sad going around Jorius. Demo on the play. Infield pass. Whoa. And it's blocked away by Archie.
Archie, great block. I mean, he's been able to just send anything that has been sent to him over the course of this wild card stage and put it in very safe positions from Oxygen. Now, this one continues on. That midfield control. Oxygen trying to find each other in transition, things that you absolutely love to see. Team Secret have been in the way, as they've just been a big obstacle in the midfield, and even in just some offensive chances for Oxygen to be able to find each other downfield. There's always somebody just trying to get that interception on the pass.
3 minutes and change here in a crucial tie-breaking 5th game. Match point for someone as the teams inch ever closer to the main event. Sad does not have another flip, and Knight will come up to help him out instead. He runs out of boost. KV1 to aid in the play as well, and Archie's let that get away from him. So Jorius is going to be allowed to come up. Archie running interference, and Knight jumps over the top of him. I mean, they've tried consistently to get Knight out of the play as the last man, and just about every time, he has avoided it. Demos on either side, no consequence, and KV1, boy, that is not the touch he wanted.
These two teams have been matching each other punch for punch as the demos are equalized. Their shots are almost equalized. They were last game here as well. It's been just waves and flows that have been exchanged here. That's a free look though. Instead, we'll punish him for it. Team Secret out in front.
Well, well, well. Just what in the world? At this stage of all tournaments, that cannot happen.
Absolutely not. Very uncharacteristic too from Oxygen especially. I mean, the rotation has been so good. That was a lapse. And when we had talked about it, especially when we're going into game 3, how close this series has been. It came down to the micro, because if you make a major mistake like that, you're essentially just giving up a goal.
So Team Secret get a Christmas gift as this is sent way downfield. Jorius quickly off the corner wall. Almost a little too far. Had to slow down to grab that boost end ball. Ate a demo. And it's going to be Archie challenging Knight. And he was a non-factor. So now Sad, also against Archie. Came out the better of the two, but then KV1 helps out and almost got that by Ixo. Who's going to be up for this? It's Archie with a minute and a half remaining. And Oxygen still struggling to kind of find their bearings here. Only 3 shots in this game as KV1 comes up to challenge. They have not been as comfortable on the offensive half. They've still had a lot of possession. They just haven't turned it into opportunities.
Ixo, I mean, he was in a good spot there, but he was low boost. And it's good to see Oxygen being aggressive, understanding that field presence is important, but when you don't have boost to make a play, you're essentially just putting yourself out of the defensive play and ending up giving up possession. Almost a close chance there, but Oxygen got to get things going. Final minute here, game 5. Team Secret up by a goal, but it's a very fragile one if Oxygen can just line things up for themselves.
Oh, that's KV1 letting that ball go, especially after the demo by Sad, so Knight, with all of his boost, can come up and pick up a demolition. KV1 maybe looking to put this away, and Ixo comes in from behind and takes the ball away, then makes the save on the other side. And now this goes right down the middle, and Knight is there for it. Again, Knight putting in a lot of work here. As KV1 had to be the guy at the start of this series. Knight has taken the mantle as this goes down into the corner, and more time wasted by Team Secret. Oxygen with another opportunity. They're not going to get many more here in the final 15 seconds.
Like I said, final 15. KV1 has to kill a lot of time here. Gets the one flip, tries to get 2. Archie sends it off to the side. Jorius needs to win this challenge, but he can't get the Sad off the ball. Now it's Ixo. Oxygen needs to keep this one up. It gets away from him and hits the ground. And Team Secret will put this series on match point.
Team Secret on to match point after a wayward touch in that last second scramble. Just didn't seem like Oxygen was on the same page there. It was a little bit of, just that extra touch to kind of bounce the ball off laterally on the side. Throws off the last man who's got to get under that. Under no circumstances can you let that ball touch the ground, so you've got to be on the same page. They were not, and the shots continue to go downward. I mean, they plummet in that game as Oxygen just don't get any good looks at the Team Secret net.
And I said it too, if Oxygen, all they need to do is just get their ducks in a row, and you can see like they've been very successful when they get just the smallest of chances. That time they could not get a chance because once Team Secret had the lead, especially as the clock ticked down, they continued to play their game and forcing Oxygen to elevate themselves in order to compete. Team Secret also as well, I mean, continuing to keep those shot pressures up. They had 7 that game. They had to win the game before. It's Oxygen who are slowing down. And again, of course, you can't take it with you. You're down in the series, match point situation. You have that Oxygen timeout.
Oxygen burns their timeout after game 5. Secret, of course, will still have theirs, which presumably they'll use if we go on to Champions Field. Though remember, Crew, I don't believe, did use theirs going into game 7 against Power earlier. It worked out okay for Crew. They finally beat they finally beat Fever, which I'm sure had to be a big relief off of their shoulders. So now we go to Neo Tokyo with Oxygen on paper, would agree the favorites, looking up at Team Secret, who are trying to reach 2-1. Again, nobody is through, nobody is out at the end of all of this. But your path through tomorrow gets a lot simpler if you're Team Secret and you close things out here. And unless Snasky's got a magic formula here during this timeout, I don't know what Oxygen can do to overcome what has just been a rapid decline in shooting and just scoring opportunities in general. They had 4 in that game.
Yeah, they did, and they couldn't come up with anything. Now, in Game 6, Neo Tokyo, who will stand tall in round 4 and look to qualify to the main event? Who will try to survive here in the World Championship Wildcard stage? Oxygen backs against the wall. They need to play like the stars they are if they want to force Game 7.
They also need to play like a team to force Game 7. That hero ball that came out at the end of Game 5 will get them nowhere. As Sad is waiting for this one. Ixo there with an aggressive challenge, and Knight will pound it away. It is KV1 starting the counterattack charge now. Knight has it dropped down to KV1. Knight running interference. Got the demo. There's the infield pass, but nobody else there on the attack. And a big break for Oxygen that nobody was there. Here's Secret now. KV1 has Sad across.
Whoa.
Did not get to him, so it's Knight that comes up instead.
Yeah, but I like where Knight's position there, right in that midfield line. Doesn't push himself too far forward. They know they need to be reactive in case Oxygen try to turn things around. Oh, that's not a good touch for Ixo!
No.
And KV1 will take it into his hands!
This is an absolute nightmarish performance defensively from Ixo, who has, for the past 2 years, been one of Europe's best in front of the net. This is so uncharacteristic of him, and he's just given Team Secret a lead in a game that could close things out. Here goes Knight looking for more, and this time Archie stops him.
How do you handle the pressure? Some people build, others break. Things are not over here, though, for Oxygen, as they have to once again to play from behind here against a Team Secret who we know can continue to hold on this 1-goal lead for the next 3:30. It is going to be up to Oxygen here to be able to break the trend that has been set.
Oh, this caroms off the ceiling. KV1 uncontested up high, and Archie's there for the save.
Good on Archie, too. That light touch to be able to send it to Ixo to get a stronger clearance. Able to only give them a little bit more room here. Team Secret utilizing their space right now, playing towards each other, and there's Archie getting involved. Ixo moved upfield, but too far forward, and Jorius has to keep the play alive. Sends it across to Archie, almost able to put that one to target, but Sad had the read, and he had the save.
2 minutes into Game 6, that's their first shot on, as Archie rotates back, looking for Ixo, found him, and now Archie will play it further into the corner. He got the boost steal. That denies KV1. The demolition, though, takes out Ixo. Does not matter. Archie creates on his own, and we're tied.
Just give him the ball and let him cook. Archie in the kitchen, gets a 50 past 1 and gets the perfect light touch into the top corner. Team Secret stunned on the goal line, and we're all tied up.
If you're just joining us, welcome. Last match of the day here over on the alternate stream. And it has been wild. Oxygen started out with all the momentum with a 2-0 shutout, and it looked like it was going to be a long series for Team Secret as that shot saved away. But Secret answered back with a shutout of their own, and the teams have been neck and neck since then. But the big storyline here is that Oxygen's shots per game have gone down, way down from game to game, starting from Game 1. Team Secret are starting to put it together defensively, and they might just be able to starve Oxygen out of this series.
Yeah, they've been able to win the midfield really well. Not only that, they've been able to keep Oxygen from the front of their box, which has just been great ball movement. Knight and Sad have stepped up tremendously, especially Knight in this series, as he's on the ball right now, trying to lead the charge for Secret to see if they can get back into the lead here. Oh, Knight with a chance! Bang! He shoots! He scores! Team Secret in front!
Knight adds his 3rd goal. Sad adds his 4th assist, rather 5th assist. And more importantly, Team Secret back up by 1 151 to close out Oxygen.
Now Oxygen gotta dig deep. These lapses of defense have been very exposed by Team Secret. They cannot afford to give them any more.
Well, Ixo relieved to be forward rather than stuck in front of his own net. That's just the last place he wants to be in this series. Now Knight, only Ixo to beat, and he's up to the task this time. Knight was waiting for the last possible moment. Great patience by Ixo. He's pushed that forward, and he'll take it himself. Joris was starting to come up. Ixo called him up, but it was way too late. Fortunately, Joris is able to get back, but still Oxygen are not working as a team on either side.
They gotta make sure they can't tunnel vision at this point. They need to be collected, they need to communicate. Jory's in a tough spot, and Knight, again, he strikes! 2-goal lead for Secret as we go into the final minute.
Lonely is the night when you're all alone at the top and nobody in front. 3-1, Team Secret with 1:02 to go. And KV1 keeps this kickoff neutral. That's great by Joris to stay with it. Oxygen have to strike sooner rather than later just to give themselves a realistic chance, any kind of positive momentum. Joris gonna take this himself. There's Archie, and just a little too much congestion. KV1 with the stop.
Chance here, Archie's gotta get there. Can't in time. Joris wants to keep this play alive. They gotta score with time on the clock. Archie's able to get a bump. Ixo has to get a read on this, but Knight's there just that much faster. Archie using the last of his boost. Oxygen got none in the tank. They gotta go back as we see the 30 seconds flash on the screen. It's looking bleak for the guys on blue as they want to keep this game alive, but Team Secret is just that much faster.
Oh, it looked like the knockout blow, and there it is from Sad. Add another onto an impressive tally for all of these guys. Team Secret have dominated the second half of this series. They get a 4-2 victory in Game 4. They go back and forth in Game 5 before settling on a 1-0 victory. And they have left no doubt at all as Knight tries to dance in, and we tick down the final few seconds. Team Secret will go into Sunday 2-1, one series away from the main event. And Oxygen has a little bit of soul searching to do as they'll need to win twice to join everybody else in the Cool Kids Club.
Team Secret, wow. What a performance and a closeout game from them. The number from the last 3 games has been 7 because that's how many shots they put on in the last 3 games. This time, they closed it out with 10 here as they were all offense forward. They were consistent. They did a great job of blocking out Oxygen and limiting their opportunities. You see it there. They only had 4 on the screen. Not only that, they didn't even allow Oxygen to get a demo. In Game 6, it felt like nothing was working for Oxygen, even with a strong start. If we take a look one last time at the Mobile One high performance replay, where Oxygen may have set the tone, but Team Secret took over.
I mean, you have to look very, very, very closely to find Oxygen shots. That one from Ixo was the best of the goals they scored. It was also one of the last, as they just struggled from Game 4 onward against Team Secret, a team that just put the clamps down on Oxygen. I mean, again, this is counting with Team Secret, right? They give up 11, 10, 9, 7, 4, and 4 shots from Game 1 to Game 6.